groups that are just very inactive, and it just brings down the whole organization. So I love the activity that's here. One thing that I think we can improve on, some of the videos are really, really long. And you
my training videos, Brett.
Yeah.
Okay, just say it. Cool. I love you.
You lose people after about 15 minutes, regardless. Even if they're the most excited person on the planet. Too many distractions in life. How do you fix it? You have to dial in on that topic and really know what you want to do. And then a personal goal for me is I gotta put some more legs in. There's no question about that. I've got this runaway train over in China and woke up with business in Malaysia last night, and I'm gonna have to be playing some serious catch up.
Yeah. I love that. That's a great debrief. And I think that, I can take that critique on the second one and say no training videos past 8 minutes. Would you say that's a good one? An 8 minute?
Yeah, 8 to 12 minutes if you can get it in.
Okay. Because we have, we are what my idea is that we have a new prover system training that's an hour, one time a month, and you get to tagging people the entire month under it. The second one is, and I think that instead of like a Monday mindset, I just think it's a Monday team training video. And that can be a little bit longer and from different people. And then the videos that are being posted in the Rising on training tactics, like back office, how to run a report, those need to be probably, you're right, under 8 to 12 minutes. So that's great. I appreciate that. Okay. And Satin.
Hello.
Hey, girl. Careful.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Headed to field trip to the zoo. So the thing I'm having my teammates message me when they need someone added to the group after they've added the 3. It's created some more engagement, so I really know who I'm locking arms with. And when I haven't heard from them, the ones that are adding, if I hadn't heard from them a couple days, like, hey, did you add anybody? It's really showing me who I'm working with. I like that I can see who is doing their DMO. That's very helpful. Something we could improve on, I think a lot of the newer posts in the group are getting lost. And you have to dig kind of to see what's most current. So if we as moderators are making sure we are commenting so it jumps back up to the top, I think it's just how Facebook works. So
which group specifically do you feel that way in?
Really all of them. I think because if an older post, like for instance in the Be Better, if somebody comments on the post about the different products and the flavors, then when you go to the group, that one is now the top post that you see when you go to the group. I think just engagement wise, if there's a new post for the day, we need to make sure we're commenting on it throughout the day so that newer post stays at the top, if that makes sense.
Yes. And I think to solve that, in these groups, I noticed you can put something under view announcements and not just view post. So that's a good idea. Whatever's been done that day can go under the view announcement. So that's great.
Sure. That way, if we're, wanting them to check those groups, a couple times a day, make sure you're not missing any new training and that kind of thing. That way, the new stuff is readily available, so they don't look at, the last post was 2 years ago, or weeks ago was the newer. And then my personal goal is to not take too long. So that is my team out and experience, and I have to be legit on not letting that be acceptable. So that's personal
Awesome. You're cutting out a little bit, Satin, but yeah, those were good. Have fun at the zoo. Thank you.
Hey, Abby, on those posts in the groups,
Yeah.
Facebook is rolling out the announcements. So only one of the 3 groups has the announcements. And what it allows is for you to have, only the proving right now has the announcement feature.
Yeah.
And it allows you to have really 5 pin posts, so to speak.
Okay. So that can't happen in the Rising or Be Better yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
So just in the proving.
And that's why in the Rising, I make those really big numbers so people can easily scroll to see what the assignment is today. And then obviously if we're driving people to like the Nutty Keto Cream, like Satin said, making sure that's where we're tagging, that's where we're commenting. So it's pretty obvious. And the assignment in the Rising should tell us kind of where we're focused on attention that day. So that's good stuff.
One other quick hack is that you can in the Be Better, if you go to the actual post, you can save the link, the URL. So let's say you not only want the pin post, but you want 2 other posts in there because you want to tag somebody not just in the video because maybe they've seen it from you already.
Yeah.
Maybe you want them to see, something on a specific topic that's in there. Well, you can save those URLs in your history.
Yeah.
Go right to it and then add the person to that spot. And I did that last night for somebody. Here's 3 videos that you need to check out.
Yeah.
That way you don't have to do the whole,
scroll
through the whole thing.
Love it. Good idea.
Hey, Abby, can I go ahead and go in case I hit a dead spot in a little bit?
Yeah, you bet.
Well, one thing I love about the whole process is the duplication. It's so easy that my customers are duplicating it and seeing where they can become promoters. So that's been huge for me. One thing I'd like to change is just like in the Proving It group, can we pin that video instead of it being under announcements? Because it's not pinned, it's actually under announcements.
Which video?
The video about the Go Challenge.
Okay, you want that to be the viewed pin post in Proving It instead of what's there now?
Well, I didn't see anything that was pinned in there. All I saw was that as the announcement. I didn't know if that had changed or what.
Let me look real quick.
Okay. And my personal goal is to onboard 5 new promoters within the next 2 weeks and help them to get to Go Pro and Go MVP.
That is great. That's a good goal. Yeah, there is no view pin post in there. It's like Brett said, we get to have about 3 viewed pin posts, and the Go Challenge is one of the announcements. So you're just gonna, instead of it saying viewed pin post, it literally just says announcements, and the top 3 videos pinned are the Go Challenge, the how to get your Prove It business started, and the welcome to Proving It. And well, I think I could kick that one out, and I think put the one I did yesterday, calling customers to Smart Ship, and I think that was good. I had 3 transitions of customers who set up links yesterday. So we could put that one under the top 3, unless you guys think there's a better video you like. Oh, cool. Okay, awesome. Whoever next can go.
Abby, I can go since
Okay.
I'll be driving a little bit. Okay, so what's going good? Obviously, it's a simple system, very duplicatable, so I like that. And just like Satin said, I know who is doing their DMO, so I know who to work with directly. What we can improve, I think, like if we're gonna have like a weekly call somehow, that maybe we can put up a schedule.
Oh,
that,
yeah.
So that, and then in the polls also, if it can be announced, because like sometimes we're even wondering if we're having a call.
Yeah, that hasn't gotten worked organized yet.
Yeah, and then my personal goal is just getting back on my DMOs, because I sat down last night just to like really look at what's essential, because I have my hands in my gym and all that stuff, and most of my new volume is coming from the gym. So it's a little bit different for me as far as my DMO. So just getting back to that and looking at what's really essential that I need to do every single day, and I wrote that down last night.
And tell me, what was your takeaway? What do you need to do every single day?
It's different for every business, right? So that I have my hands on. So for Prove It, really,
Yeah.
So for me, just improve it. It's just starting at least 5 conversations a day, because I know that's what I can do right now with everything that's going on in the gym.
Yep. And I would challenge you to, at the level you're at, make your outcome to be that you will add tag message at least 3 people a day.
Yes.
And
I'm doing that on top of being in the gym more, because that's where most of my customers are going to come from too.
That's right.
So,
Awesome. Good deal.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll go. Okay, so as far as like me and my whole team, we're finding it a lot more confidence in conversations when you're talking to someone about, especially becoming a promoter. You know that you have a system that you can easily teach them, that they're going to come in and be supported and know what to do. So just the confidence in the conversation that I'm not going to sign a promoter and then I have to take on all this responsibility to individually coach them, and I don't know how to do that, especially if someone's new. So just the activity and the confidence that this has created amongst people is huge. Which, you know, if you have confidence, that spills over to everything. And then as far as growing, I wrote these down. I've gotten a few things, like obviously a lot of us are full-time, or maybe you have another job. I know I'm full-time, but a lot of people are not. And so they're finding overwhelm in the amount of like trainings or motivational mindsets, or all the things that they feel like they have to do within that DMO post outside of just the DMOs of building the business. They're feeling like it's too much with their time schedule, and they're getting overwhelmed, and they feel like they're behind. Or if they can't go give 3 takeaways on the money mindset and they're not able to post on that, they're feeling like they're failing. So I think making it a little bit shorter, maybe making the to-do list outside of the money-making activities a little bit shorter, or like spreading it out over the week or something like that would be beneficial.
So just challenge, like, so don't give an assignment for mental or personal growth that day, or what, like you'd rather not have that there?
I think it's good stuff. Like, I think offering that to people, I don't know if it's just like everyone needs to be doing personal development. That needs what they need to be doing every day. Maybe it's just,
I'm thinking about 2 podcasts a week that people listen to. But here's the thing, what I've been taught, overtrain. Train. Training videos. People will go watch when they watch, but we would rather put it all there and have somebody who wants to run that hard have that access. But maybe my language in posting could be, I mean, I guess as teammates, we can cultivate, hey, here's what you can, or change your DMO up. What's on the DMO list that is unnecessary to you? Tweak it. Maybe you're not, we set the DMO list pretty low. I think it's only add 3.
yeah.
Add message 3. But to me, the DMO, like, it's everything else on there is kind of like the 10 minutes of personal development, 10 minutes of movement, all that stuff. Here it is, like the DMO. And people could literally, you don't want to do a gratitude list, if you don't want to post to your wall or do 3 stories, if you don't want to you know, but I think the power list helps those people get something laid out for the day of what they're conquering.
Agreed. Yeah.
What is it? I don't want people to feel overwhelmed. So we need,
I think it's just more so like if there's a 40-minute podcast every day with it, you know, plus their DMO, plus the training calls, plus the Keto 101s, maybe just on the days that we have other corporate calls or other trainings, like maybe don't have a.
That's great. That's a great idea.
Yeah. So just kind of mix it out some. I do think that we need to provide that because a lot of people don't do personal development or they don't know where to get it. And it's a great example.
Yeah.
But maybe on the days when we have a Prove It review or another corporate call or another training call with our team, that we make that either less or just put it another day.
I like that. That's a good idea. No podcast on call days. But like, honestly, I didn't listen to it, but I block scheduled an hour to take a walk today and listen to what I posted yesterday. You know, I want people
will do that.
Yeah.
I know Lisa just posted hers today. She just listened to it today. And that's going to happen, but you know.
Okay. That's good. That's good. What else? Because I know you've been really talking in with your team for things.
I actually just sent them a message to give feedback, and just because they come to me with stuff, but if I directly ask them, maybe I'll get some more insight. And I knew that they were loving it. Let's see. The only problem for me is that when I do add to the better group, I need to remember to check within the hour to make sure they were added so I can get them tagged in the campfire video.
That's a big one.
Yeah, because they're not getting added right away. And so they're working full time. They add them in their Power Pocket. Then they're busy. Day gets crazy. She said, but again, I guess that's more of a system. I just need to set a time block to go in and check.
I hate that because I wouldn't want to wait. I'm here working it right now. I need to message them back. So if we send the link to them, like the URL link, like Brett said, and they were to message right away and they had already gone in and tagged them, would that tag show up? Or because you've given them the link, they'll know exactly what to watch when they do get accepted?
I think once you tag them, if they're not in the group, it's not going to show up. I mean, if that person goes back in, maybe later, but then you have to depend on that person.
And I'm approving a ton of your guys' people that you don't even know about, like tons. And that's not bad, but I'm literally in there when I can be while I'm working, like every 10 minutes. So you don't even know to tell them that. And yeah, Selena.
Some of the group, the ones that are just really, really running, they go ahead and they send the video in the messenger, the one that's from the YouTube page that doesn't have anything else. And then they let them know, hey, I'm going to add you to the group. So then they tag them in something that's applicable, and then they can tag them in that video in there too.
I mean, that's great, but that kind of, that's not the system, because we don't want to be sending people to YouTube or any other place.
Yeah, it doesn't send actually to a YouTube. It literally just shows the video right there in their messenger. Okay. So it doesn't take them to anything else. It's somehow they've saved it. I'm sure Brett probably understands that more than I know. But that's what they've done on some of those instances, like if they were waiting, and then they plug them in with the rest of it.
I mean, that's smart, but I want to, we need to find a solution to them not waiting. So, if you were to send them the URL link in Be Better Drinking, that campfire video, and you copied and pasted it to them, Brett, like you did.
No, I didn't. That's not what I meant.
Okay.
I meant once the person, I have 3 links saved in my URL history.
Yeah.
So if I added Abby to the group, and I tag you in the top post, but I also might tag you in the Dr. Heather explanation of what the different product does.
Right.
The only reason I save the URL is because I don't want to scroll down 4,000 miles to
It's
try
for
and
you to
find that
quickly
one
find.
relevant post. I just
Yeah.
save the link and it goes right to it on my, I don't know if it would work on a phone, but I do it from my desktop.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
I just pick the 2 or 3 that I think are most relevant for me to relate to an individual.
Would you guys want me to start driving the behavior that if you add somebody to that group, you must text your moderator immediately so you don't wait?
That's what mine all do is they
Oh, yeah.
text me and I know I pop in there, approve.
And,
Is
and
that
at the same
difficult for
time-
some people?
At the same time, there's a lot of people adding in there that have no idea who their moderator is, but this is the beauty of tap reading. We're discovering who doesn't have leaders, who doesn't have sponsors. Like Saturday, I spent 3 hours finding people and getting them connected to their nearest moderator. That's tap rooting. That's all the difference in their success or not, is to have that.
That's a lot of work.
It is. It took a lot of time.
Like, wouldn't it make more sense to do, I add Abby to the group, and so I tag you in that post. But right under that, hey, Abby, check out this post. Check out this 4-minute video. In the reply, I know that Jocelyn is working with me or is my coach. Well, I could put her name right in the reply, so she knows right now that I just tagged Abby in a post. So it gives her the ability to check up on my work or my follow-up. That's what I want to
So they're tagging their nearest moderator.
That way everybody gets a notification, because if you bring in a brand new person that drops 20 people in, chances are they're not going to follow up. They're not going to know what to do. But if they tag me, this might sound wrong, but
no, I love that.
I look at it like, just because my newest person or a customer, even if you could train your customers to do the same thing. Hey, Brett, I just brought in a customer. I'm working towards my free product. I treat them like they're mine.
Yes.
I don't want to say it the wrong way, but like, I own them, because I don't know what that person's going to do 2 months from now, 3 months from now. They could be gone.
That's right.
That's my organization. Every single customer down line from me. So what? And I'm just getting into using the group because I'm transitioning from another spot. I want to know.
Yeah, well, here's what happened Saturday. There was a lady that, Jocelyn, what was that girl's name that you met?
Kelly?
No, from Atlanta.
Dawn. Yeah.
Dawn. Okay, Dawn. She added literally 15 people into the group. She wasn't a promoter yet. And I go search her out, find out she's under like 10 under Stephanie Robertson. Yeah. And then we pull in Ashley Murphy and 2 girls up above her, still 7 below Stephanie, but who's the leader in between those 7 people, and ends up getting her promoter link set up and starts to be active. And I didn't accept her for 24 hours because I was making her, she became a promoter, had no idea what was going on. I was making her watch the video and then confirming to me she was going to message them later, rather than accepting 20 people in under someone who has no idea what they're doing. Now we just found someone who wants to recruit, taught them the business, got them connected to their leaders. So it may be tedious, but that could be the difference in, 20,000 in volume on your 10th level because we caught it.
And in all fairness, I just found out my grandfather had died when they actually connected me with this person. So for Abby to have done that helped so much, knowing that we were working as a team. So it worked out beautiful.
That's not on you. I find
No, but that's why it's so important.
I'm finding people 20 below me with no leader. And I'm going,
yeah.
So
but that was a perfect scenario of y'all stepping in and helping love on my team too. I appreciated the mess out of that.
Yeah. But now this week, Stephanie's got someone on fire who's recruiting, and now she can work with her. And the other two above her got pulled in. So I love that, Brett. We can train people to tag your nearest moderator after they've requested and tagged them. So the moderator can tag back the person under that same post when they let them all in.
Yeah, you just tag in the reply after you've done your post.
Yeah. Is that clear? Does everyone understand that? So when you have somebody and they're in the pockets of their life working, and let's say they've added 10 people in, they can go tag those people under the campfire video in one post, and they tag their moderator. So then that moderator, when they approve it, they can re-tag them so they know to go back and make sure all those people get messaged. And I have a feeling we should probably have them tag me too.
You don't want every single one of those messages. There's no way. What is there, like 6,000 people in that group now?
Yeah.
You can tag people in the group that aren't your personal Facebook friend and aren't a member of Be Better Drink Ketones. I didn't know that. I'm just asking.
Yeah, if they're in the group.
Not until they're in the group.
Not until they're in the group, though.
Yeah.
So how are people that are working, I'm sorry, I'm just blonde here, I guess. So how are people that are working in their hour block, they send in they want the person accepted, and then you're saying go ahead and tag them in the campfire video, but they're not accepted into the group yet. You know what I'm saying?
So the moderator could actually accept them in, and the names are all sitting right there.
Oh, go, and the moderator.
They could go re-tag while that person's at work.
Okay.
That's, if I saw me tagged with 5 other people tagged, I let them in, and then I would just simply re-tag the people they wanted tagged real quick, and their names would be right there in front of me in the post that they've already tagged them in with my name tagged by.
You can just reply to the tagged post. Just reply on
Yep.
each one.
Yep.
Okay.
That's all I can see working for now. I'm going to talk to Jessie Lee about that. I mean, she has about 40 moderators, and they do intense things like this. So let me just for now, I think that's the best idea, is when you invite someone in, go ahead and tag them under the campfire video and tag your moderator's name. So if you go off and go to work and they get accepted in, then they've at least watched the video, and then you follow up with a message that says tagged. Let me know, the script. So, okay, let's move on. Good. That's a huge issue. That's a really huge issue. So. Okay.
What's her personal goal? Jocelyn's not done yet.
Oh, thank you.
Personal goal. I have 5 people looking at promoting. So my goal is to at least close 2 of them. And then I got to convert my 10 days to customers or promoters. I have about 6 out currently.
Awesome. Great.
I'll go. All right. I am loving the activity. I'm loving the freedom. I feel like it's a whole new playground for everybody on board. It's a lot of collaboration. I think we've got a lot of talent. So it's the one thing that's going really, really well. It's definitely replicatable. One thing I think we could improve on is creating our own small, as Brett said, small, short 101 series, kind of like Brian had, because people are still transitioning there. And I think we have enough talent in a lot of areas as far as social media hacks, mixers, share hacks, the back office training, those things that we used to use on a regular basis out of that 101 series. My personal goal this month is 4 new promoters.
What 101 series? I'm sorry.
Off of the Keto Movement YouTube channel that Brian had and has.
Oh, Yeah, just more training by different people.
Yeah, I'm thinking specifically out of our group and having having those 101 series videos in the Rising, so we can tag in there our promoters as they come on board. So if they're like, hey, how do I do a mixer? A short, here's what you need. How, social media hacks on like the algorithms and things like that. Cause it's like Katie Rollins, I've got the mixer one in there. Like there's a whole series of like back to the basics.
I love that. So what we need to do is come up with a list. I'll start working on a list, and then I'll put it in the moderator group, and those who feel confident in it just volunteer to do it. And if you have an idea, put it in there and we'll create a list of things we want to hash out with training. It's a good idea.
Yeah. And then my personal goal is 4 new promoters this month and 1 more to more in Keto Academy with me that are personal. And then at least 4 new customers in this next week. I've got 10 days out there ready to get them locked.
Perfect. Awesome. Thank you.
I'll go. So I love everything about the system. Like Selena said, my gosh, I can see where the freedom for us out of management mode is going to come hugely into this, where we can all focus on our phase 1 activity, get back to the basics. So, I mean, I can't find much at fault with it right now, but I mean, I know I keep using the excuse and everybody hates me for it, but I'm in the middle of a move and my life is disorganized. Everything is disorganized. So I'm just wrapping my head around it all. But I'm the biggest cheerleader of the new system regardless. So I don't have anything that I would totally change. I do agree with what most everybody has been saying on here today. So I wanted to say about the whole hashtag pushing 10 though. I thought that was cute that I said the other day in the moderator group, and I'd like to wrap my head around that, of what the other teams, like language that's being said about that, and maybe I could do that small little video so people understand. I feel like it needs to be somebody mid-level doing it, maybe not you, Abigail, so we can be like, we need to push Abigail to 10 and push, so it doesn't seem like
it's team 10. It's team 10, because typically you're not going to have that many 8s and 9s if your leader isn't a 10. So
absolutely,
if we're team legend, that means we're a fast growing team that pushes the volume up to legend. So it's not about Jesse Lee being legend. It's about team legend. We're team 10. Right now we're team 9 3-star. So.
Right. So, I mean, I will volunteer to do that one. Again, I'd like some one-on-one time with you to wrap my head around it. And
language for you. Yeah.
I really think that we need, I really love that idea, and it kind of, I don't know, but if we really had a constant state of cheering that went with that, I think that it would build excitement, and people need to understand that's the way we all rise, Yeah.
So, we cheer for Team 10. Your tribes are cheering for Team COC, their leader, COC, their leader 8. Like it will all create the culture. Correct.
Yeah. So, my goals this month are to hit my 1,000 in new volume. And get to my new territory that I'm about to explode. And I've got major work going on in my own personal business, like a website being built and stuff like that. So I've got interesting things going on behind the scenes, but get ready. I'm coming back.
Yeah, thank you. Good stuff.
Am I the only one left, Abigail?
I think you and Lisa.
Okay, so I think what is going well is the energy and excitement in the groups. I will admit I have not been all in. Definitely had some major distractions right now. Something that we could improve on. I need a moderator's role. What exactly is my role, and what can I approve? And there are pending posts, there are pending people. Like if I know Dr. Deb because she's under Dr. Heather and she does stuff with us in San Antonio, I'm like, I know her, I'll approve it, whether or not that's my responsibility. So, I'd love that moderator's role and guidelines. And not only the guidelines, but what are the requirements, like you started today, to be a moderator? You definitely do not need to be sitting in here if you have 0 new volume on the 9th of the month. You need to, this is to drive activity, income producing activities, not busy work for you. And for you to say, well, I didn't have time to go do such and such, I was adding 300 people into 3 different groups. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Okay. And, we might need other moderators with a smaller responsibility. I don't know. There might be levels of it, just because I think we need more to get it done more efficiently or effectively.
Well, that's a very good point. And when I'm looking to Monica at your guys' line on Saturday going through that, I see literally almost 10 levels and then somebody pop in working with 9 people not. And so who's sitting on that? Like, who's the Ashley Murphy? I know she's brand new, but is she the next leader to take those next 5 levels where a growth spurt has hit? Like, that's something we got to see, because you may be very disconnected on your 15th level and have no idea they're yours. I didn't know. So that's good. And this is all great. I think, let me clarify this. The moderator role, that's a great question. And if you 100% know that person is a prover under Dr. Heather, absolutely, I'm okay with you accepting them in. And what I think you need to do is then go tag Dr. Heather and that person right then and there, so they know they can get going and they have been let in, and Dr. Heather knows, who's done that. Because I'm letting everyone in who I recognize the name. And I just need to do a better job probably tagging that person to let them know they came in, and maybe tagging their nearest moderator so you guys know who's getting what. Like, gosh, Devron, Ryan Stripling, like, they're nuts letting people in. And if you're not checking every 30 minutes, you've missed 5. Like, it's, so, and then don't approve any post. I'm going to let Dr. Heather and I just 2 hands on that so we can really space it out during the day. The other reason why I wanted to do Dr. Heather is because a lot of the questions are medical questions. And so I kind of want her eyes on it and not to approve it. She hits it right off. Like, so the other thing that you guys know, if you're checking that and they were not invited by somebody, if they answer no to all the questions, then you can go message them. And if they start engaging with you, go ahead and delete their request to get in until after you've built that rapport and start over the play that works with them, so that they're taken out of the system. You're now talking with them. So it's a lead generator, and it rewards those who's getting in there to check it, and it's clearing out our box, if that makes sense. But I want you to 110% be able, if anything ever came up, that you have a screenshot where your first question is, how'd you find this group? Has anybody shared Keto OS with you? because I want you to be able to back yourself up in case some customer had ever told them about it and they just requested themselves. Like, you have to be able to back yourself up, because there's a zero tolerance policy for us moderators taking anyone. So if they weren't invited by somebody, if they answered no to all three, and you've got a conversation now started with them where you can validate that they just found this group, you can delete them out, then run the play, then add them back in. Does that make sense to everyone?
Can I say that I did a little bit yesterday, by the way, and I might not have done it by deleting them out, but I contacted them, but just if there's zero tolerance and it was somebody's, just know I was learning. But they answered no to everything, and
we're not invited by someone.
They were not invited by somebody. Yeah. So I just want to have that out there, that if it was somebody's, please don't kick me out yet, because I didn't delete them first.
I need you to have proof that you asked that from the very first get-go. So you could screenshot it and back yourself up. And there may have been 4 other of you that reached out. So if they start talking back with you, go delete it, so 3 other moderators don't start having a conversation with them. But if they haven't answered you, don't touch it. Okay.
I like that. Plus, I make a rule of thumb. If I am talking to someone, I always ask them, how did you hear about this drink? Or just something like that. And a lot of times they'll say, well, my friend buys it from such and such. And I want to make sure to connect them back with their friend so their friend can earn free product.
Yeah. If we find that out, like, you have to back yourself up, because we will not tolerate it. So those questions have to be asked if you're going to chase leads like that. It's a risk for you, but you've got to be able to show that you did that. So,
all right, my personal goal for this month, my goal really is to survive with the move and all that fun stuff. But really, I want 2,000 in NV, and I really want to get settled and dig into the 3 groups and the DMO that you've got set up. I feel like I have an excuse why I have not been able to, and it's like, okay, Monica, you have to do this, because it was either you or one of the podcasts or something that said, your people are going to do half of what you do. It doesn't matter what the excuse is. So if they're doing half of what I'm doing, and right now I have not been doing nearly enough because of the transition, then they're doing, less than half, and then those people are doing. So the goal is to be all in, all focused, and 2,000 in new volume.
Well, and Monica, you're being a little hard on yourself. You've got 900 in new volume this month, so you're doing it. Keep going. You're doing great. I understand. Yeah, and there's people who you feel, that's the beauty of this. All you got to do is tag people under that new promoter training and take 3 to 5, and make them a new volume challenge with you. You're doing awesome. So, okay. So is moderator role clear? You're literally just looking to accept, making sure people are tagged, tap rooting, it's allowing you to have an extra set of eyes on what's happening and who's running and who needs coaching, not approving the post. And I'm going to say, if we all agree on it, if you drop below an 800 new volume for more than 2 months, we'll remove you. And if you hit it, you can be back in. Do you guys like that? Yeah. Okay, is there anything else?
So Abigail, will you put the moderator's role, because there are several that were not on here, and that way everybody's crystal clear and maybe they comment that they read and understand?
Yes, yes, that's a good idea. All right, Lisa closes out.
All right. I'll try to keep it short. Good. The conversations. I mean, you know, all the wins in the Proving It, and I love the to-do list in the Rising. I don't know. I love so much about it. And it's something I've said to you as far as something to be changed. There's not, I mean, it's such a solid system. There's not much that could be changed, but I do, how things kind of get slowed down, like Jocelyn was talking about. I kind of agree with that. And like notifications. Oh my goodness, I'm drowning in notifications. Like I've already commented on somebody's post, so then every time somebody comments, I see it. So then I don't know when somebody posts somebody else that ranks up or hits something. I don't even have I commented on that, or I'm kind of getting lost in the note, like my, you know what I mean? But
You know what you mean, but like, what do you? I mean, I got thousands.
yeah, it's just the new normal for me. So if anything, it's just the new normal. I've just got to learn.
What notifications are you getting that's annoying you and getting in your way?
I mean, just like every time somebody gets, well, I think I may have finally turned that off. Every time somebody gets tagged in the campfire video, and like, you know, when
I don't get those. I don't get those.
Okay. Well, like every time I comment like, great job on somebody's whatever, then every time somebody comes in, so like I'll wake up and somebody that's gone in and been really great, I'll have 23 notifications in a row that so-and-so commented on all the same posts that I commented on. And then again, you know.
So when you do that, go immediately, because we've got to be saying welcome and congratulations.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And I'm not talking, we do need, I think people are leveling up without getting recognized and proving it. Like that has got to be going in there right away, the welcome, the leveling up. But every time you say congratulations to someone, go right away and turn off the notifications on that post, so the rest of the day you don't get it.
Didn't know that was an option. Perfect. Okay. Perfect. Well, then it solves that. See, it's just a learning curve.
Absolutely.
I'm not a social media, like Brett Coffee knows all of the things of how things work. I don't know that.
I'm learning every day, Lisa. Guess what? If you feel that way, 10 other people do too. And so maybe that's something we need to tell people they can do, because we want them commenting.
In that one post with the 4-minute video, you can go in where the little 3 dots are and turn off the notification just for that post. But if you get tagged in it, you'll still get a notification.
Oh, perfect. So if somebody tags, like if somebody on my team tags one of their new people and they tag my name, and I'll still get that.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And another thing, if you do take off the notifications and then you go back in and tag somebody or comment on it, it's going to be turned back on again. You have to go back up and return it off.
That's good.
I just learned so much. Thank you. And then, so yeah, well, that solves that. I mean, really, like I really don't have much to complain about. And then, so goal for the month is obviously Katrina to 6, COC Katrina. But also like be through doing that and through like my other line, like I've got 2 lines that are really, really strong. So I'm really like doing a lot of managing like level 2 people, promoters. And so it's time for me to bring on another promoter of my own. You know what I mean? So that I don't have legs outgrowing me or whatever. So yeah.
We had a really good call yesterday with Lisa. She's got a new line of women, and she had told them till the cows came home to go in and watch this video and to engage in the new system. And she ended up pulling together a call with the 4 of them and me, where I came in and said the same exact thing. And then we went and re-tagged them under the videos. And we said, let us know in 48 hours after you've watched this. And that really helped. So if you have a pocket of people who are not engaging in, they don't see the why, they're not hearing you. Like I have a pocket of people, and then like I need to bring Brian, I don't want to He doesn't know anything about my system, but I'm going to bring one of you guys in on a call with these 5 people who won't freaking watch the new training and promoter video. And I ain't approving and letting them start running the system because they don't know what they're doing because they won't watch the video. And so using somebody to come in on a Zoom with your runners and validate that, it's really important. And so today, Lisa, you got to make sure, hey, tag back Abby after you watch that video, like she said yesterday, you know, but it helps. The third party helps for your runners. And I promise, like, you can use me if I can use you. So got a lot of new promoters that don't hear me anymore. So Sherry Hargrove, I don't see you, but do you want to give any feedback? Awesome. Okay, anyone else wants to add? So I'll stop talking. All right, red hat back on. Okay, so type out the moderator list, training videos in the Rising 8 to 12 minutes and under. Making a training list for 101s and divvying that up with people's talents. The new tag system, when you ask your people to tag you, when they tag those people under the post, and once you let them in, you'll go back to where they tagged you and re-tag their people. So if they're off at work, they've seen it and they know they can go back and tag them. So they know when they get off work, they can go back and follow up. You were tagged. What'd you think of the video? You know, that'll be good. Yeah. So good call. Was this valuable?
We put on there too that the hack for not getting the notifications, because Lisa's not going to be the only one that did not, and because I haven't been doing it. And when you've got 75 notifications, you're like, holy crap, which ones are important and which ones are not? So that's going to be, we can start training, especially leaders out there that do like and comment. Go, after you do that, go in, touch the little 3 buttons, turn off notifications. That will help.
Brett Coffee, you want to make a 3-minute video in the Rising today showing people how they can do that?
Yeah, I can do that.
Perfect. Good. And Brett, when you do that, really remind them to welcome and drive the leveling up post, improving it. And also always commenting when someone shares a story or a testimony in Drink. That takes guts. So as leader,
the like button is the lazy button.
That's right.
You don't comment, you're not driving activity and you're not driving excitement.
I love it. Get after that training. That's a good training. I'm going to go put in the assignment for the day. And I think it's going to be just asking people if they watched how to track their new volume and what their goal is for today and the end of the week, and to tag their coach. Does that sound like a good assignment? Do you guys like that? Awesome. Okay. Thank you guys for your time so much. I appreciate you all. And I think we could do this bi-weekly to touch base. Do you like that? Or once monthly?
Bi-weekly, because a lot of things are happening super fast.
It's new. Okay. I like that. All right. Thank you guys. Have a good one.
Change.
What's that?
The dynamics change as the group gets bigger. So the more often we do it until it's smooth, the better.
That's perfect. Okay. You guys rock. Thank you so much. Have a good one.
Thank you.